I have a good question. Do you really know what kind of trader you are? So today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about me as a Professor Doji and what kind of trader I am. Maybe through the words and wisdom what I'm about to say, it's help you on that path to understand you and to support the path where you're walking right now. Because we're gonna go back to the totally roots here. So I'm gonna take the first example here. What we know 100%, every single one knows that. Because it's every single book is talking about that. What is about trading. So basically what is going on. Every single book says basically 99% of people who try it, they fail it. That's the 99% here. Because society is weak and people just gonna give up. So that's mean the 1% of the people actually gonna make it. But now we have to understand, when we take this 1% just alone, it's equal 100%. Those are the people here. Those are the people here, inside here. If you are making some profits and already kind of feel something, so now you are part of that here. And this one is, let's bring it this one again, 100%. 100% the people who made it. But now we have to understand we are all different. We have no idea what kind of trader that thing really are, the personality and all those things. At least that's what I was thinking back in the days, because all this book and courses what I was taking, I don't know, it doesn't match for me. I have more questions in my mind. Like when I look at that person through the Instagram and then I look at the courses, I'm always like, I don't know, man, there is something what doesn't match and I want to know what's going on. So I will start looking something, what is the old school? Who is the loudest person in the room? In every situation through the life, you definitely know who is the loudest person in the room, and most likely that's the person and he's just full of stuff. Basically his emotions going that direction, no self-control, and everything is upside down. But there is 100% rarely moments, I believe that. But overall, who is the loudest people in the room? So what kind of trader I am? I am inside that room, the 1% of the 1% of here, the 100%. I'm that small cube here. That's me. That's my trading edge. The quiet one, don't ask questions. I'm just listening. Even if I have the question, I just don't force that question. I just leave it there. Almost I even let it go actually. Because the 5 minutes later I already get the answer. Whatever the question was. So now, who is the loudest? Most likely the loudest people are the shiny ones. And through that, for example, you're gonna open the Instagram. What you see there, all those traders, tens of thousands account around the world. If you open the Instagram, what you see? Oh, that car, that house, this party, this yacht, this, that. What do you think? It is the shiny and the loud one, or it is the quiet one and listening one? I'm not, saying every single one is full of stuff. I'm saying the most of this manipulation and this shininess is full of stuff. Most of. For example, look at Hollywood. How shiny is Hollywood? Like, he has to be shiny because he has to cover up all this stuff, what is going on in the background, what people have even no idea. It has to be super shiny. But if you look in the details, zoom in, be listener, and then you are like, what is going on in that world? That's why it has to be super shiny, because there's so much fake and all this stuff behind it. And through my trading career, I see this thing in Instagram, full of everywhere, all those shiny stuff. Most of those people are, I don't want to say badly, but they are, I don't know, majority of those people are just, I don't know even, they're selling some just bunch of stuff and then leverage and do that, and mostly are even businessmen or something like that. They are not even real traders. For example, in my life, my personal life, I know, let's say around the world, the places where I'm been, I know 20, around the 20 real traders, the quiet ones, no social media at all, zero. The same person what I was before the YouTube. And now, through that world, let's say the Instagram, I know, through my trading journey, I know two real people, the real traders, the place where I am and the place where they are. I know two people only among all those tens of thousands shiny accounts around YouTube, Instagram, and whatever apps are more in out there, I don't know. So now back to the personal, where you are. Even if you're thinking right now you can be the loudest, but you still can be truthful and full of authenticity, because the loudness mostly means there is no control, but that doesn't mean you're lost. Yeah, it is actually means, but it, how to say, in the deep down you're still, supporting somewhere, but you have no words what is supporting you, or you have no guidance what is supporting you. You can still be a super good soul, but like I said, most likely it is opposite sides. At least when I'm looking at the society, world, and belief system, majority of the time is the opposite side. So back in the days, firstly I found I am that 1%. Then I realized this 1% is actually 100% of people who made it. And then I realized there is two categories of those: the loud ones and shiny ones, and the quiet ones and the listening ones. People who are quiet in the shadows somewhere and just listening. Be like almost warrior. Be exactly like a warrior. You don't ask, you don't use your energy, you don't show anything. You're just listening, and when it's needed, you say what is needed. Done. And move on. Or you're just gonna made it, and then you, I don't know, some kind of celebrate it, or self-reward, let's say that. And when you want to do something, you're not gonna go, oh, I'm do that. No, you're gonna do it on your own, and when the time is there where is you made it, you can share with your friends, families, community around you. You're not that loud person who's like, oh, that thing, every whole villages know who you are and stuff like that. And what's gonna happen later, most likely it's gonna be the miserable failness. That's what happened there, behind the loudness. And that's the same sector where is the shininess. All those shiny. if you look in, I don't get mind dress very nicely, but we have to understand who is behind that dress, because if you judge, let's say the old saying, if you judge book by cover, that's come on, we already know that. But if you know the book, and through the journey there is absolutely zero judgment at all, there can be some good things in the end through the universal respect around you, the environment, the aura, how shine, no, how to say that, how enlightenment you are, let's say that way. And then I realize I'm inside here, that 1% out of this 99%. And that's just me. I'm not saying that's the 100% real truth. That's just what I was figuring out, what kind of trader I am. And that was the steps what I was taking, and following those thoughts there, what is happening. And now it's the same thing. Example, what is happening around here. So we already talked about it a bit, too emotional, talking your plans and what you want to do. I understand there is sometimes good to talk about plans around the people who love you, but still, there is more. There is all the time more behind it. I understand both ways, but I'm talking about what I was founding and where I am, because there is hard to talk about trading around the environment where trading is not acceptable, or the trading is scam, or the trading is failure and all this stuff. Most likely what you're going to do is you're going to hold all this stuff on your own. At least that was my loneliness path. But again, here, what was the loudness? No emotion, no thinking, just pure poof, poof. If you're thinking in your mind, you're thinking the words first and then you say it out. But if you're here and you don't think about those things, the words anymore, and you just shouted all things out without, support instructions and patterns, then it's just words are going every single direction. So what's going on when this kind of mindset is in the trading journey? But you think how much discipline is in that space? I found quite zero there. Because the one thing, if you let your emotion leads you, that's already a very bad place. Because you have no thoughts anymore. You're just like, where are we going? And it's going so fast, and you just follow the emotion. And what's happening if you follow the emotion with no patient discipline? You get stopped out. You get stopped out. It's very simple. And those people here who get stopped out, what is happening? They get stopped out and they start forcing again those same mistakes over and over and over again. And because of the pain inside there, you start over leverage because you want to feel some softness back. Let's say you want to win a big chunk of money. So that's your idea, because then you're like happy again. But that's not the trading here. That's a pure struggling. Even if we are inside here 1%, it's still pure struggling. It's not consistent and it's not moving forward. Basically what's gonna happen if you're there, you're forcing, that means you are wasting your energy, your own life energy, through the days, through the weeks, through the monthly, and maybe even through the yearly. Pardon. And what's gonna happen? sooner or later you're just gonna give up, or sooner or later you're gonna be gambler with very bad life journey starting, in that point. And that's the one way where those people are going inside here, because that's a very normal social behavior, very normal. Even if you're thinking, oh, you made something or you get something, we all been there, we all know those places. And if you don't give up and actually have some guidance on the journey, you can be amazing trader. Every single one can be amazing trader, but we have to understand truly who we are, what kind of trader we are, who you are, and what you want. Those are the most basic patterns, what is underneath all your life. You have to find those moments to take the time, speak yourself, and found the truth. And this truth is now falling all those deepness down in the bottom to support your original patterns, your thinking patterns, your muscle memories, your belief system and motivation, and so on. So now let's talk about this one. So what I've been talking about basically all this YouTube right now is we are gathering information. So what's that mean? We are listeners. Like I said before, even if I'm inside that room and I have a question, I'm not gonna ask that question. I'm just gonna wait 5 minutes more, 10 minutes more, 15 minutes more. I'm gonna get the answer by just listening. Same thing with the trading. For example, remember what I was talking about Friday? There is something going on in that box. That's the Friday video what I was talking about. What was happening after? We make this pattern here. And what is that pattern? I've been talking about that. That's something where we create the Paris holder, the major information. The price was creating the Paris holder. Why Paris? Because it's forcing down. So that's our major information. But that doesn't give. Let's say my question is, oh, can I sell now? And let's say I'm not asking that question. I'm just gonna following the information what I'm gonna hear here. Let's say, and what's going on now? The price is going down here. What we see here, we have the minor holder, and what we see here, we have the weight. So the thing is, when the price is like this, that means there is the weight, and now the price is creating the holder where the weight is bouncing, bounce, bounce, bounce. So that means this holder right now is holding this weight, and this weight is, you see, bounce, bounce, bounce. The weight is bouncing there, and that's the holder what is holding this weight. And now what we see, what was happening here? Now the same weight is break through and bounce the other side. What we see here, bounce there. Now the same weight is bouncing, bounce, bounce, bounce here, and now boom, okay, the price action was breaking downside. So now we have information, we have more information, and now we get some principles, some details here. Break, retest, breaking the lows, take this seller opportunity, or even take this seller opportunity when you are paying attention more. So let's say now we're gonna pay attention more. Okay, let's go back here. Let's delete this one. What is going on here? So what we see, Now we know the major information, and the price is bouncing here. So what we see here, we have the small W principle here. What is pushing higher? So we have very small principle what is pushing the major information. Like dang, this never gonna break above it. Or there can be some really moments, but mostly this small one never gonna break above here and start going higher. Mostly never. Now if we're following more here, what we see? We see the bigger one. Now it's like interesting, ooh, some kind of like longs are building up here. You see, now we have much bigger one here. Same thing, the bullish principle again. So this one is down here, supporting this one, bounce. Okay, so now idea is, when the price really want to go bullish, we have to break our momentum. What is pressing the higher? The momentum is here. You see how this bullish the bullish W pattern make the momentum zone, and the principle is to break now higher, retest it, and start breaking the highs. This one's here. What we see, the price get rejected, and what we see inside the rejection, and what we see inside the rejection, we have the bearish pattern with the break and retest, and going back to the holder. You see how those, the major bearish information and now the minor and minor bullish information are kind of war each other. They're like things. They are, they are warring each other. They're fighting each side there. All these hundreds of or tens of thousands of people in emotion are fighting inside here. And now the price is doing the same thing here. What we see, another W here, another W in the bottom. I'm gonna delete this one, gonna put this one here, another W in the bottom. So where is this momentum? Same thing, the same momentum is here, and now we see the price is kind of retested. So the idea is, if this is gonna hold now, we have to break the highs. We have to break those highs here, like 100%. We have to break above it, retest it, and now going. But what the price is doing, we create a stronger M pattern even here, and break the lows, retest, and gone. So you have already there super good opportunity to take this sell opportunity stop loss last week high and back to the here, the main one what is holding the price higher. And that was your trades if you are just not even listening to even pay attention now what is said, what is showed around you. Let's say you are inside that room, you are inside that room, you are that 1%. So now you are paying attention what is happening around the room. So what are those other people doing? Because like I said, the emotion what is going inside this price action is tens of thousand people, tens of thousand traders people, emotions, fear, greed, everything playing around. And those are those people here. And that is what is going on. But now if you're listening and now paying attention, the information and the gathering now, you have those very smooth opportunities. You don't have to force trades. You don't have to overthink. You don't have to waste energy. And you can be the quiet trader. Like nobody even knows you're a trader. Like that kind of person. Because more you talk, more you do, more you that, it's energy. But now if you know that that is an energy, and you're focusing that energy in one point without control, without charging, without taking a side, with all those little details. And then, okay, I have another good example. Let's say that's your brain or mindset, and there your one ear and there your other ear. So what is going on when the information is going in your mindset? So what I'm doing, what I'm personally doing, the information going straight through here and it's out. Because I am a listener. And when the information, it doesn't pop something in my mind, it's like, ooh, that was very interesting, or like, or there was nothing what was, on the context or something like that. It was just something totally else. So I'm not, I'm not keeping this information in my mind. I'm just let it go. But what is happening in a normal society? Same thing. So now when the information is going in the mindset, people are not letting go. And all those information it's full. People are not letting go this information. And they're putting emotion behind that, connections. Worst is even to put your personal connection, because then you're building even more stronger this, all your information, something what is maybe even through the manipulation video, all these words, let's say the news, the news and all this, everything what is happening through the government, through the political stuff, all this, people are not thinking anymore. They just acting like it was said. The information going in, and there is no thought. That it just, that's how it is, that's the real truth, and that's what it is, with no actually putting your own thoughts behind it. So what is happening in my mind is, even when the story is good and I found something strong what actually can help me on the pathway to figure something out, I'm still letting this information go. Because if this information shows to me something, I'm gonna focus on that point what was shown to me, not the journey or not the words what was getting in that place. I'm letting those words go, and I'm focusing this new place what it wasn't discovered yet. Because through that journey and discovering, you are figuring out your own words, who you are, you as a person, who you are. But if you just keep all this outside information in your mind and you thinking that's who you are, I don't know, that's there is no spiritual at all. There is nothing, there is no connection with your soul, no connection with your spiritual programmer, there is no connection with your avatar, there is no connection with your character, there is no connection. You put the roots down to fall in love in your true self and the nature around you and people in community. There is basically this no go, boys, really no go. If you want to truly understand why we are here and what is your purpose, or like where we are, the planet Earth, the true nature, the everything, how we are connected and all this stuff, it's, if you are here, you're never gonna find it out. That's why the principle of the listening and figure out the information and figure out stuff around it is just let it go. If you're here inside too emotional, you messed up. All those moments, if you are too emotional, you miss those points and you're going in the wrong direction, because there was something, let's say, and that is the something what is going on. This, I remember when I say all these tens of thousands of people are fighting each other. Now what is gonna happen is, if you see some movement and it's gonna cut your actual action to take the sell or buy opportunity, you are now one of those people who are fighting here. Not the people who is in the back in the shadows and just gathering information, because we know there is loads of questions and there is no answers. But we are not going and asking the question to take the buy or sell opportunity. That's not asking the question. We have to be in the background and be listener. And like I said, if you listen 10, 20, half an hour, you're gonna get the answer by just listening. Because if you're asking the question, that's your buy or sell. Do you get the answer? Most likely yes, because it's gonna get you stop out or take profit, and that was your answer. But now if you're listening in the background and you see that storm in front of you, and you have this, you can just, how to say it, the principle coming with the same thing, to let it go. If you let it go, this anxiety or something, the out of yourself, and you let it in front of you, and you see this huge storm and everything is going blah 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 inside there, it's gonna calm down in one of those moments. And then you see, and one of those calm downs can be the information through the trading, following the trading information. You have opportunity here, you're patient, you have another opportunity here, another 618 opportunity here, and those are the trades what you can take. And if you're super impulse and following your emotions and no discipline, no patience, it's gonna hurt you. It's literally gonna hurt you. And more you get hurt, it's gonna be so much stronger to go back in that mindset. Because if you get hurt and you don't how to say, you don't fix your mistakes, you don't look your mistakes with the true mind, the mind to let go the shininess or the pride or the just, it's I don't know, for how I understand all those things was just to almost to give up, but not to give up on yourself. Let's say the pride example, judgment or the pride is something, the little thing in your mind. You're gonna give up the thing. You're gonna give up this one. You're gonna give up this one. You're gonna give up this one. But now you have to developmenting what those things are, because you have to figure out what kind of trader you are in this world and what kind of person you are in this world. That's mean all those has to be your words. Give up, let it go. Just let it go. They are still exist there, 100%. But let it go. There will be maybe moments through your whole lifetime, maybe, when some people are going to like poke those things. There's gonna be definitely moments, if you have too many people around you, the people are gonna poke those things, your weakness points, and there we go again. So now it's important to choose good people around you, very good people, who loves you and help you to, grow together. It's very important. If around you have people who never try to take the risk and go a step further, so all those people are going to drag you down more and more and more through your life. And then maybe next thing you realize you are 50 years old, 60 years old. So what are you going to do now? It's yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I say back in days too. The trading is actually super personal, because you have to understand who you are. And like I said before, we don't have any information. Like, only things what we see is just those boxes here, the candlesticks. We don't see anything else, where they're moving, the structure, where they're moving, the pattern, where they're moving. You have to figure those things out. Only you. And the best things is, and best time to figure it out is to help yourself, to figure out yourself. And if your journey there is some questions, and let's say there is some needed things, let's say there is some big question and there is no way I gonna figure that answer out, because it's a crazy question, and I cannot even ask this crazy question on this normal world behavior, because people can, I don't know, laugh you or just judge you and all this stuff. Let's say example, all this spiritual life around this nature, like most people still don't believe it. But now you have to go those places. If you, like back in the days, I was feeling like all this information, where was my questions, I was feeling the monk can help me. The monks can help me to figure those things out, or the Buddhist or the Buddha can help me around this community. This kind of community can help those questions. So now you have to go and make the journey. That's who you are, because if you let it go, those questions, and you don't take the risk to take that step in the journey, you're going the other direction, the 180. And we never know how much time we are in inside that 180 when we are back in the same question what we have, let's say 7 years ago. But now, example, if you take the same step 7 years ago, where you can be now 7 years later. That's how you have to understand it's your life, and we have only one opportunity. Like I was going 100% into to support the community and the family around me. I was that person, like, yep, I'm gonna do it. No fear, no surprise, no doubt, no hesitation. You have to do it. It's necessary, especially if you want to be a good trader, the original authenticity trader. You have to figure out very who you are, and for me that's the most important thing in the trading, because that's who we are. That's the human language, that's the human behavior language, the human emotional language. Everything is human here, every single thing. And that's what kind of trader I am, and that's what I'm talking here every single day. I have a bunch of tools. I have the manual of those tools, and I'm just looking through those tools what is going on. And what I'm doing basically is, like, I'm been telling all the time, my principles are very simple. Break and retest, breaking lows, holding highs. So basically, I'm been even going so deeply with my tools. So everything what is happening through the tools is answer yes or no. That's how black and white are my principles. The listening, what I'm getting. I'm not even going even slight way of inside the emotion. If I see something, I'm gonna put the tool there and I have to answer yes or no. Something what is gathering information. Exactly. So right now, this was the pattern what was creating the Paris holder, a strong one. That's a yes, and I'm gonna move on. I'm not sticking here like, why yes, okay, well, that no. I get the yes, and I'm just gonna move on. I let it go, and I'm just watching more information, gathering more information. And more those things are in my mind, yes or no's, black and white, the more smoother is taking my final decision through those answers. So every single tool what I have and what I bring in this year, I'm getting yes or no. So it's not even taking the side of answer. It's just pure yes or no, disrespect or respect. It's a very simple and no thoughts almost behind that. I'm calling it flow. I'm calling it a pure flow through the thinking. You know your tools, you've been mastering your tools, you're trusting your tools, there is connection, there is love, there is friendship, everything's behind those tools because those are your tools. That can be sounds very like maybe spiritual thing, but it is too. Actually, it is very spiritual thing because like to start fighting in day one with something like that, you need something where to support, and this something gonna be you. And now you have to understand who is you, who I am, like where I am. And those are the spiritual questions what you have to ask yourself through the love and all those things. It's what we have to do, and that's what true warriors do. Warrior is not about the warrior, it's the most people listen, oh warrior, oh you're gonna be the they see straight away war behind it, like mad war, the manipulation war, just people against people. No, it's not. Warrior is the mindset, the perfect mindset. So basically what's going on, every situation where you are facing it, you have something what is supporting you, whatever the situation is. To the walking pure nature, to that you're swimming, you're crossing the ocean, you're in the boat, you are in the whatever the situation is, you have support. But those are those things what I found my connection, I found this real support what is holding me up when all those tough situations where I'm feeling maybe alone, or I feel something. But that's just the journey. You have to go more and more and more and more and more and find out who you are, where you are, what is your purpose, And trading is not lifestyle lifelong job. It's not. Trading is tool to navigate through this noisy world, because the thing is, remember when I say there is gonna be 10,000 people who are fighting against 10,000 people, and you see how they're shouting, how they relieve everything, and there is no thoughts and stuff like that. We have to understand all those people are in this world. If you're walking through the city, there's gonna be hundreds of those people in this world. Every single word what you hear through the noise, you don't even have to do anything, because when this word with the package, and the package is the emotion, how it say it out, the vibration, how it say it out, the hertz, how it say it out, every single word is coming with the package in your mind because you're listening. But now you know there is the package, and when you see this package, you can say basically after 5 minutes where this person is from and how he's suffering, and you can say basically every single thing through his life, even if you see that person first time and you've been listening 15 minutes. With that skill set, you can basically, through my life, I was cutting out all those people around me. When I was feeling slight chance, this person can be that, this person can be that, especially in my younger when I was much younger. But right now I'm being already walking alone years and years, a long time. That's I don't know, let's say 12 years ago, let's say that. And I was already doing that because I realized something through that, and those are those people. And if you have long and good and solid strong journey, most likely the only person where you can trust and lean on is you. It's only you. Because if you are in top of the mountain, alone in the nature, in the jungle, it's you there. All what you need is all what you have in that moment, and it's you. That's why I say it's very important to build this. You have to find yourself, who you are, through the truth and love, and you have to be honest, 100% honest. There is no if you start manipulating with your own self and creating some noisy clouds around your own thoughts and thinkings, hey man, you're going in the wrong direction. And then 5 years later you are very miserable and you don't understand what you did wrong. But that's what you did wrong. You didn't, you lie yourself. It wasn't honest in yourself. And those are bad things what can happen. And the miserable trader is the failing trader, and you're just gonna destroy your only life opportunity. And through that, most likely you are getting troubles, you don't have a right support around you, and the strongest support is you, and you are gone. Basically you destroyed yourself. And that's opposite of warrior mindsets, where I am. And all those words what I'm talking about is coming with character of the warrior, who really warrior is. And yeah, like the thing is, everything, all life is your control. You can be very miserable, you can be a very very bad person, you can be a very good person, and you can be very yeah yeah it's it takes me time to talk about those very personal things, because the thing is, I understand what is going on with the society, and it is a very bad, it's men's are basically men's are not strong enough, the society is getting weaker by daily, and the honest, every single honest man get defeated and destroyed, and every single liar and all those person get more power and more money and more this and more this in this world. More I don't know, bad person you are, more you get credits and leveling ups on this material world, and every honest man get destroyed, and even up, the other thing too. And it's, and it is not, it is not very solid place to stand, because if you're a honest man and you still are inside the system, sooner or later, things happening sooner or later. And that's why I'm the person who is in the background, in the shadows. I'm just listening, nobody knows, this, one soul somewhere doing just my own things, because I just let the world go. I just let it go because I realize that's not my place. I'm not from there. And that's why, all these things what I'm seeing is maybe very different in all those people, because I can be right now one person against 100 million people, and 1 against 1 million, it's there is something. It's not easy, and I don't say the how to say, yeah, anyway, the personal stuff is very hard to talk, especially in my view and angle, because I wanna help a lot, because I was exactly the same place inside the society, around by noise and manipulation, and believe everything what was told, kind of, because I didn't have this another views and another more. I didn't get this more thing. What is the more, or the why? Why this thing? Why that thing? Why this emotion? Why that? I didn't have those things, and those questions was taking so much energy inside my mind. I was kind of like, I have to do something, because I'm kind of going too far, maybe. In normal world, I'm the crazy people. In the society world, I'm the crazy people, because I have so much questions. The question what I'm just, how I'm feeling, what I'm feeling, what's going on, all those little thoughts. And I was so lost. I just have to do it. I just have to go those places, figure things out, kind of, even like little bit even like pushing my discipline, like, hey man, come on, let's do it, like let's just do it, like forget the pain, forget the I don't know, rejections, failures, missing out, change, forget those things, just, man, do it, come on, I'm with you, I'm gonna support you all the journey, just let's go, man. And then I was, yeah, let's go. And since that moment, everything changed. Absolute everything changed. Like I remember my first year on the traveling around this world alone. It was scary. I was like, oof, I'm in a foreign country, I don't know what to do, that thing that. You know, there was some thinkings and lostness and stuff like that, but I was still trusting myself. I still didn't give up. I chose motivation over manipulation, and I was still doing and going those places, following the universal light. I didn't force my questions, I was just following the overall smoothness, and just go with the flow, and found those places years after years after years after years. And to be honest, that was the best thing what I ever kind of figure out in this life, in my own life. And at the same time, of course, I discovered trading, and I started trading, and then I stopped trading because I understand that's that's a strong thing to master, the trading. Like, I realized trading is something out of the space, and I have to take my time actually to gathering the energy and the motivation and all those things to actually go back and look with the fresh eyes, and again and again and again. And then I already realize I cannot, there's nothing to force, there's nothing to follow. I have to understand what is going on underneath everything, the market makers, the human behavior, the psychology, philosophy, the principles, and all those little things, and how they're reflecting through every single person we see around the world. The elders, the youngsters, the gangsters, the the politics, the presidents, and all. You have to understand they all playing a role there, a strong one. And then you have to step away and figure all those things out in your brain first, because it's so much information. That's why you have to be the quiet one and just be patient and disciplined, and all these details. Just be who you are and connect and found your true self. That's the true stuff what's happening in this world. And the trading in the end is gonna be the tool, the ticket in the free will. You can build your own community and everything around it. Support people, the same kind of, because we all are humans, we are all the same. And I think we all need help in different places, and that's why I'm talking about very personal levels too, because that's the most important thing, to find what kind of trader you are. But I have to finish right now because it's 59 minutes and I can screen recording only 1 hour and it's 30 seconds left. But I hope you like it, and I see you every single one tomorrow video. Thank you and ciao.